The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business. Right here in Central New York. The Local Show is locally produced by Zoey Advertising. Now your hosts, Tom and Steve.
We're back into it and back at it again. You've got The Local Show on this Father's Day weekend. We're broadcasting from the Zoey Advertising Studio, sponsored by Safe Harbor Wills and Trust, because they felt sorry for Steve.
No,
and you can see us on YouTube.
Tom, they've been on the board forever, and people get to learn about them and trust them and all that kind of stuff. I brought a plunger in the studio to use on your head and your face. Woo. I was just going to suck it.
Yes. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, sort of.
You are stuffy,
I
man.
think I'm going to invent a new type of thing that happens in the summer. It's a combination of allergies and the summer cold together.
Oh my God. Well, you don't use that thing that flushes your. Don't you use that?
I haven't used my Navage in a while.
Okay, well maybe
I should. Maybe I should try. Of course, now I don't know if anything can buy it. Well, we'll see. Anyway, we got a new person on the show, and we'll listen to him talk. That way, you don't have to listen to me and my sinuses. Craig Zinserling is the president of CRAL Contracting. Did I say that right, CRAL?
Yes, you did. Thank you.
All right. So, Craig, what's your story? Like, are you a Syracuse native? Did you start your business here?
I did. I started business here. I grew up in Liverpool. I survived about 150 tractor trailers stuck under the bridge.
Yeah.
And I drink the beer now. And I grew up in Liverpool, graduated from Liverpool High School, and came back after college from Chicago, started a business doing environmental contracting.
Okay.
So what does that mean?
That means we do asbestos, lead, and mold remediation.
Why would someone want to do that?
Exactly.
I know. I'm going to go after the stuff no one else will touch. So how does that happen? How'd you vow to that?
We got into it. I was in the contracting business and saw an opportunity when mold was becoming a big issue. It was all on 2020. Barbara Walters.
Sure.
Some of your listeners may remember that
Black
name.
mold. Everything
Black mold.
Yeah.
And that became a big news story. I saw an opportunity. I was in the contracting business, and I said, I'm going to do it. I talked my wife off the ledge. We had 2 cars in the garage, a mortgage, and 3 kids, and risked everything.
Yes.
Wow.
And I got her buy-in, which was difficult, and she supported me the entire time.
How many years ago was that?
We are celebrating our 20th year.
Oh, wow. You've been at it for a while.
Yeah, and I'm blessed with having my son. He came back after college, and he works with us now.
Oh, that's fun.
Yes.
How big a team do you have?
We've got about 30 people.
Okay.
That's pretty big.
It's
not
a
just
small family, medium-sized business, local.
Is it commercial, or are you taking asbestos out of Tom's basement?
Yes, we do both commercial and residential work. Most of the residential work is driven by insurance opportunities. If there's a fire or a flood, we'll respond and do the environmental portion of that cleanup. Yeah. And that relates to commercial stuff as well. And we work for a lot of general contractors in town, any construction projects where there's demolition in front of it. Typically, they'll have some environmental concerns.
Did you have a good year throughout the COVID years? Were people
anybody burn their house 3/4 down, so it was good for you?
The insurance work didn't stop because of that, the fires and floods. They didn't stop during COVID, and we had to adjust a little bit. But what we did do a lot of is we're good at putting together engineering controls. And during COVID-19, our governor at the time said, hey, everybody should go to nursing homes who have...
Right.
So
what a great idea.
Oh, good God.
Yeah, he's taken a lot of heat for that. And that provided us a great opportunity. We're great. They're not equipped. Like hospitals have special zones that are under HEPA-equipped negative air pressure.
Gotcha.
We can do that. We can set up a wing of a nursing home and set that under containment with engineering controls in place. So we did that all over the state.
Oh, God bless you.
Yeah.
Well, hey, see a need, fill a need, right?
That's it.
So when it comes to, I always think of the Serve Pros and these companies that something catches fire and they come in and they board it up and they mop it up and they clean clean it up. Do you compete with them or do you work with them?
We work with them. So they, 99% of them don't do asbestos work. So they'll refer us on that. They'll go in, and before touching anything, you have to test it. Before removing sheetrock, the joint compound, you have to test those items and prove that it's not asbestos before you disturb it. And they'll test that. If it comes back hot or containing asbestos, they'll bring us in and we'll do that work. We'll work alongside those guys.
You know, it's been a long time that we've known asbestos is bad for you, right?
Yeah.
Is there still asbestos left around?
Yeah. One of the latest things, New York State in an infinite wisdom decided that vermiculite is considered vermiculite, which you probably used in your gardens maybe at times, but there's a lot of vermiculite that's in attics or in wall cavities.
Why?
And some of the vermiculite is contaminated with asbestos. So New York State said, and it's very difficult to separate and test for it, so New York State said if there's vermiculite, it's asbestos. So
vermiculite is not a beer.
Get rid of it.
I've tried drinking it.
Crazy.
So
you got to get rid of all that.
What's the geography? How big of a territory do you cover?
We do all of the state, the entire state except downstate.
Is that a licensing thing? Are you licensed to do it? But then in certain areas you're not, or how's it work?
We're licensed in New York State. So yes, we can work throughout New York State. We have to have, every individual has a license, and then the company has to have a license as well, and those are all renewed. All our guys have to go through an initial training that's a week long to get a license, and then they'll get a refresher every year. They have to take a test and pass it, and they get a card.
How prevalent is black mold in our area?
How prevalent is black mold? It's around, and for certain people in certain communities, immunocompromised people, it is a big issue. But if you're taking care of any moisture intrusions in your building envelope, you shouldn't have any black mold.
Okay.
I had a friend years ago in Mexico. They had it so bad they just tore the house down.
Yeah.
That's how bad it was.
Yeah.
They tried it, and then people are like, I just spray bleach on it. I don't know. Do you hear these kinds of things? And well, that didn't work. And then they tried to get someone to do it. The house ended up going bye-bye.
Yeah.
And that's a real thing, right?
It's a very real thing. And at this current time, I'm dealing with 2 people who are considering leaving their homes because it is so bad. They've brought in lots of specialists, lots of testing.
Sure.
And for certain people, it's a big issue.
Can you solve that problem, or is sometimes you can't?
Sometimes you can't.
But you'll be straight with people and say, here's what we can do, here's what we can't do.
Correct. Yep. And everybody's different. I'm sorry. Everybody's different as they relate to mold. You react to it different than you react to it.
Well, everything bothers Tom. If there's mold,
obviously, I'm listening to
Tom would be at the ER, and they'd have to carry him in an ambulance because, he saw a piece of mold. Where I'm not like that, Tom.
Steve, they used to call Steve the black mold of his neighborhood. More neighbors left because of him.
So what I hear you saying, a lot of partnering with contractors, commercial contractors, if they need another vendor or a partner, hey, you handle this stuff.
Correct.
The asbestos, the mold, the vermiculite, which is not a beer.
What else? Anything else we're missing?
Lead. We do lead.
Lead.
Yep, we do lead as well.
You do lead. Is that legal in New York now? Oh, that was marijuana. Okay. So, CRAL Inc.
CRALinc.com.
CRALinc.com. If they have questions or someone goes, hey, can you help me? Or I know a guy, maybe one of those conversations, 671-6066. 671-6066. Is that correct?
671-6006.
Tom, how often do I get it? Do I get a number wrong every?
Oh, my goodness.
So let's try that again. Sorry, the other people that are getting those calls. 671-6006.
That's right.
That's right from the dyslexic Steve. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Craig.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Really appreciate it.
No worries. Have a great rest of the day, okay? Steve, that's going to wrap things up for you father, you.
There we go.
I've always thought of you as a father.
Thank you very much. I'm going to go catch some fish.
All right, good. On behalf of the Zoey Advertising and Tom and Steve and the local show, God bless you and your families. Make some time today to relax and exercise, and do it every day. Do it with a friend or family member because it'll keep your mind and body healthy. The local show is heard every Saturday Saturday morning from 11 to 1, and then again on Sunday morning from 7 to 9. Listen together with a friend. Until next week, get down to business. Keep doing business locally. Wash your hands during the week because you don't want to catch this cold. And tell your friends about the local show right here on 570 WSYR, 106.9 FM, the iHeartRadio app, and on YouTube at Zoey Advertising.